What's up, guys? Welcome back to PC Building Simulator and another day in the shop. So it looks like we've got two computers here to fix up, and we've got two computer builds. We'll probably do maybe one of those this episode and another one or the other build in the next episode. So let's go ahead and jump into our computers, our email here. So those two are the builds. And I think both of these are just diagnose and fix. So let's go ahead and another Hyper Beast case. Let's go ahead. We'll start with this one. Definitely needs to be dusted. So let's do that first, and then we'll start troubleshooting. Just all kinds of nastiness in here. Get all the PCI slots blown out. I think that's everything. Alright. So it's not getting power. So it might be the power supply. We'll start with that first. Go ahead and take all the cables off and hope that it's not the motherboard, or you have to take literally everything out again. So take the back mount off. I'm gonna remove that. Let's go ahead. And so it's not the power supply. Okay. Alright, on to the next one. Let's just go ahead. We're gonna get the motherboard off, check it. Go ahead and get all these cables off. Get the RAM out of its slot. Remove the air cooler. Remove the processor off the AIO and the fans. And then we'll just take this motherboard out. Man, this case has a lot of, well, one, a lot of room, just a ton of hard drive space. We'll count them here in a second after we get done with these standoffs. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hard drive bays, or I should say 3.5-inch bays. You've got 2 SSD slots here, 2.5-inch bays. I'm sure there's more possibly on the back, so that's crazy. Alright, so let's see, PC parts. So the motherboard's not listed in there because it's broken. Alright, so it is a Gigabyte GAAX 370 gaming. So let's go over here. Motherboard, MSI. It was an MSI or a Gigabyte, wasn't it? I believe that's the one there. Alright, so we've got their part ready. Let's go look at the other computer, which is not that one. So let's go ahead and power it on. So same thing, it's not powering at all. Again, we're going to check the motherboard first. I like this case. I like the little gradient it has in here. A little neat touch. So let's go ahead and take these cables off. And we'll take the back mount off. And we'll take out the power supply. Let's see here. So it's not the power supply in here either. So again, we're going to be taking off the motherboard, checking it. Let's get this graphics card out. Go ahead and unplug everything. Get this air cooler off, open the shield, take the processor out, gonna remove the RAM, unplug all the cables, and start unscrewing the motherboard. Slowly but surely we'll get there. Alright, and now for the standoffs. Again, I wish you'd be like, most standoffs are pretty uniform, so I wish they would just stay in the case. But maybe if it was like you were changing, I want to go in there. Let's see, motherboards. So broken again. So MSI carbon. So that's the one that I actually looked up first. So we'll add that to inventory. All right, and then let's go ahead and throw this over here. And let's determine on what build we want to do first. Let's see. We'll go for this one. So go to whiteboard. This is for Ollie. So we'll throw it over here. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and buy this other table. All right, so now we can leave this computer here and we can work on this as well. So we've got all three of the work tables now, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out the minimum rankings for League of Legends. Alright, so need 4 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of VRAM, 12 gigs of storage, won't be hard to do, a 6600 chip, and at least an RX 570, so start with the graphics card. So an RX 570, and I'll go to shop as well. So we'll put something a little better in there. Maybe try for this 1060 Ti, depending on, or not Ti, but 1060. Let's see here, so 350. So it's going to use up a little bit of our budget there. So then we need a CPU. That might eat up too much of the budget. Let's go ahead. We'll just do the 570. I don't want to eat up too much of the budget, so this gives us a little more room to work with. So we'll just go ahead. They're basically just 325. This one has 8 gigs of RAM though, so we're gonna go with that one. And we'll go ahead and remove 1060. Alright, so processors. We need a 6600. So we'll add that to cart. And that is a Skylake. Just go ahead and throw. Let's see. More expensive, but just go ahead and throw one of these Arctic Alpines on there. All right, so motherboard, we need 11. Actually, let's sort by. Oh, they've updated this to where it's broken out a little better. That's nice. So form factor, we need socket. So we need 1151. So we're just gonna go basic on it. Go with the H170. So we need 2666 on the memory. Man, this is nice. I like this new sorting. That's actually perfect. All right. And it's 4 gigs of RAM, I believe, is what it said. 4 gigs. So we'll go ahead and just order one of each, and we'll throw the 8 gigs in there if it works out. All right, graphics card we got, storage. I'm just gonna throw 150 or 500 gigabyte in there. Power supply, shouldn't need anything crazy, but we'll go ahead and get the 550. And then a case. We'll just throw it inside the Antec DF50. And I believe that I have already miscellaneous case fans, so let's go ahead, do the order. I think it should be fine by now. All right. Get all those parts. Throw this case over here. And we'll go ahead and we'll get to work on this one first. So alright, so we'll go ahead and get to work on the PC build, just so we know that we're inside of that $800. Doesn't look like they have any specific requirements as far as wanting cables or whatnot, so just go ahead and start putting this together. So we're going to install our motherboard first. I'm surprised that it doesn't make you put the back plate in for motherboard installs. I think that would have been a nice touch. Give you something else to forget, along with like the thermal paste, but it's not a big deal, I guess. I guess it saves some hassle and frustration. So, all right, we'll go ahead and open up the CPU shield. We're gonna throw our 6600 in there. And close it down. Definitely want to put our thermal paste. And then we have a Alpine Arctic air cooler. And then we will go ahead and move to the memory. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the 8 gigs in there. Just for the time being. If it's too expensive, then we'll readjust. Graphics card is the... we gotta take off the PCI lock first. So this case has 1 fan in it. So definitely want to put another fan. Oh, need to move some PCI lock or PCI slots, covers, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully that got what I needed. All right, very cool. So let's go ahead and install the PCI lock back on. I guess in theory I should have just waited to do that in case the graphics card was too much, but I mean I can only change that I guess $5 because that's the next step down. We had the Cooler Master power supply here. So we're at 815. Alright. So we're gonna have to take down that RAM. Alright. Yep. I'm glad I ordered both. So stick that RAM in there. We're at 780. Get $20 remaining, so we might be able to throw in a case fan. Let's get rid of this broken stuff here. Okay. I think that's... oh, yikes. So we need to put in storage. Let's go ahead and remove this back panel. Open the tray. Go to storage in. I think it's going to be too much. So we may need to use used parts here. I'm curious what happens if I just build this up, if it's going to charge me the difference out of like the labor. Because I'm totally fine with that if it prevents me from having to use used parts in a build, because that's just kind of what I would want if I was actually like the customer of a business. I know that sounds selfish, but like in real life, if that was the case for me and it was a matter of $30 to be able to provide somebody something along the lines of, you know, a pretty decent PC for, you know, restart that. You know, a decent PC for, you know, $30 out of my own, I wouldn't even say out of my own pocket, out of a potential labor cost, you know, I would be fine with that. So we're just going to be fine with it here. See if it lets me do the delivery, and hopefully it doesn't like negate or do some kind of negative action towards Bongle, maybe. Might be what it does. All right, let's let Ollie know that his computer is ready to go. Okay, so doesn't give me anything negative. The budget was $800, and they paid the $830 with $200 in labor. So okay, you know, it's fine. Doesn't give me any negative issues or anything, so I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and start working on these. Now I gotta remember which one was in which. I think this one had the MSI. Let's see. I think this one was MSI, yeah. Because the MSI is a Intel chip slot. So go ahead and throw this in here. Start getting our standoffs set. Screwing the motherboard down. I just love that gradient on that channel, or the cable channel. Cable cover, whatever you want to call it. I've got an NZXT case, and mine's just black. And I wonder, I'm assuming that you could probably buy, I mean, you could paint it if you wanted to, but that's such a nice little gradient. It would probably be difficult to actually paint that. Let's throw the processor in here. All right, 101, don't forget your thermal paste. Everybody's gonna do it at some point. Throw the, what's it called back in there? The air cooler is what that's called, for sure, for sure. All right, moving right along. Let's get the graphics card put back in. And then we're gonna put in the power supply again. So let's go over here and check. It's just, nope, it's not the right PC. All right, so plastic orange cables. Oh, and that one they actually like gave us a hint at what it could be. So, but they just want plastic orange cables. And luckily we have those. So we'll go ahead and get them wired up. Power to the graphics card. Power to the motherboard. Plug in the air cooler, plug in the top fans, and power the CPU. Let's go ahead and boot her up. Go ahead and put this PS. Let's see here. Yeah, that's, oh, we gotta remove the cable first. That would make sense. So remove that. Throw this on here. Okay, so this one is relatively ready to go. Just got to put on the side panel as well as the PCI lock, I believe. Yes. All right. So at that point, we just need to put it in the deliver area and it's good to go. All right, so we'll let Darren know that his computer's ready. So 5 stars on Bongle, $509. Looking good. So discard that. And we'll go ahead and go over to Mr. Mike's computer. After I check, I'm pretty sure he said white cables. Yes. All right. So install motherboard, Gigabyte. Start with the standoffs. Always starting with the standoffs. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I've definitely enjoyed it. I did do like a batch of them, like a batch of videos for PC Building Simulator at once, and I kind of got burnt out on it. So now I'm just kind of doing 1 to 2 videos at a time. I think that plays out a lot better as far as like you guys can give me feedback, and you know, if I have an issue with the computer, it can be more than just me working on it. Because if you guys give me feedback, you know, potentially within those 2 videos, I can see that and fix that. So, okay. So in this one, it says the motherboard's dying as well. So I guess we need to start actually reading those better, because it obviously told us exactly what the issue, well, I guess potentially what the issue could have been. I know I used to work on like a, you know, computer, whatever you want to call it, where I worked on computers that people had brought in. And just because somebody says it might be something, I mean, that's probably a good place to start, but doesn't necessarily mean that's what it actually is. So, let's see. So we don't put that in there. Let's throw the power supply back in here. We're gonna go ahead and remove that and install the PSU mount before we do anything else. But yeah, I do hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, leave me a like down on the comment, or leave me a like on the video below, and leave me some comments down below if you want to see any specific, you know, computer build or anything along those lines. Like I said, I'm definitely enjoying the game. I just got a little burnt out on it, just from playing it so much in a row. So, but I am starting some other games on the channel. I just finished up Need for Speed Heat, or the story for Need for Speed Heat. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm finished with the game. I might check out some mods. Definitely want to do some more like car customization, you know, stuff like that. Maybe do little challenges here and there as far as like making up certain challenges and just trying to do them. I just started doing or playing the new Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, so that'll be on the channel for a little bit. I've downloaded the Star Wars, it's a new Star Wars game. I don't remember what it is. I forgot what the name of it is now. But gonna start uploading those and probably alternating days between Star Wars and the new Need for Speed. I've got tons of games that I've just installed, that I've had installed for, or in my library forever. I just haven't played them in a while, so I'm gonna get on some of those. Just trying to get, you know, get some guys, or get you all some pretty good content going on. Keep it as a variety of content, so no one game feels stale after a while. Because again, that's what I was doing with PC Building Simulator, and after a while, it just felt like, to me, it felt like it was just getting stale, and I wasn't as enthused about getting on to play it. But now that I'm taking, you know, little breaks from each game, getting, you know, a few episodes at a time recorded instead of just trying to record, 7 or 8 at a time is nice. So, but we'll go ahead and let Mike know that his computer's done. 5 stars on Bongle and $540. Looking good. So we'll go ahead and end this video off there. We'll pick up next time with these other computers. Go ahead and accept that. And we'll accept that because we'll just do the order in the next video. Did get some new parts. I'm not sure what these are. Have to look. That's definitely a graphics card. I think this is a power supply. Not sure exactly what those are. Another graphics card. So we'll go ahead and check those out in the next video. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, again, leave me a like down below. Leave me some comments down below if you want to see any specific builds. We can jump over to the, there's like a sandbox mode. And also, I think you can actually work on and replace this computer. So, we can resell it if we want, I assume, since it says up there in the top right. And we can build ourselves just a brand new computer for in the shop. I don't know how much that actually affects anything. I know, like, if you do build computers certain ways in this game, like, if you spec them out really high, they will boot faster and stuff like that. But, we'll check that out at some point. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.